How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. So Abra did some magic trick and disappeared. Abra is shut down because authorities claim that the cryptocurrency company, also known as FININCIAL, and CEO engaged in securities fraud. The enforcement order also states they offered investment products to unaccredited investors and that the company has been at least partially insolvent since March 31st, 2023. So a lot of issues with them. FDIC targets crypto exchange OKCoin over false insurance assertions. The FDIC went after OKCoin because they say that some of their coins are FDIC insured and they are not. So the FDIC told them they need to remove that from their website, and if they don't do it promptly, they will be violating US banking laws. Binance to leave the Netherlands after failing to acquire VASP license. So Binance is full of issues lately. Binance is set to exit the Netherlands after it failed to get the VASP. Starting from today, they will no longer register new users in the country. Starting July 17th, users will only be able to withdraw from the platform and not be able to trade. So, Binance is leaving many countries. France is also on Binance, which is kind of interesting because they said that they were closing down some of their locations so they could focus on France. So now we see why. So French authorities are investigating Binance for illegal acts relating to the function and service provider of digital assets, as well as aggravated money laundering. So they're saying that they failed to do sufficient KYC and that they illegally advertised within France before they had any licensing within the country, kind of like they did in the US. So Binance is just full of doing things they shouldn't be doing and getting in trouble for it. But people wonder why they're not getting approval. They will continue to work closely with regulators and law enforcement agencies on this compliance requirement. That way they can maintain high standards, so hopefully going forward they become compliant, but currently they're not compliant in many areas. So onto the charts. We went past our full breakdown quite a while ago. Our money flow is trying to get a little bit of a curl up. Momentum's trying to curl up. RSI is trying to push up. VWAP is pretty flat. And our stochastic wants to try to head up. So over on the total, we are looking a little hopeful, like we could push higher. We'll have to kind of see if we continue this momentum or if this is just a retracement candle and we get a dump. Because remember, usually when you get these big moves, you'll get these retracement. We also have the USDC and Tether. They were not pegged. Yeah, currently Tether is 99. USDC is 99 as well. So currently those coins are depegged. So we're probably seeing a lot of people just going straight to Bitcoin since Bitcoin's now at risk of depegging. Our stochastic has a bullish cross, wants to run up. RSI is trying to push. Our momentum wave is starting to curl. Money flow is running up, and our VWAP is a little weak here, so our dominance looks like we could start to cool off here. If our stochastic starts to roll over and our RSI start to roll over, then we may see a red dot and this money flow start to give it up. The VWAP is getting close to breaking bearish, so I'd keep an eye. Over on our futures, we filled our first gap here around this 26.3 level. We do have, if we go to the hourly, another gap from a little while ago, right in this zone, around 29.3. So we could fill that gap too, but I would prefer to see this 20K gap fill, and it's likely we could see this 20K gap fill sooner because Jerome Powell said that we will not be increasing interest rates for several years. So that could cause a lot of pressure on high-risk assets like Bitcoin, tech stocks, and various other things, as it could cause more banking issues to loom on. So we could have some more turbulence over the next couple of years that could overall just drag us down. Now we do have the halving, so that ultimately could help snap us up in the short term, kind of within that, even if the interest rates stay down. but that may not help us get to all-time highs until we see them interest rates kind of cool down, or unless Bitcoin starts to decouple. So we are coming to this resistance area, so we could start to cool off. We did retrace a lot of our gains. We did move up pretty quickly, so we could get a corrective action the other way too. Our stochastic is looking like it wants to roll over. RSI and momentum want to roll over. VWAP's testing neutral, and our money flow starting to roll over as well on the 1 hour. So I'd exercise some caution and watch out for a kind of toppy signal or it'll start to roll. Over on Bitcoin, we do have some potential for quite a move down if we do hit that 20K. This could be an inverted cup and handle here, although we are trying to push away. But if you look, this could be our handle and then our cup here. So if this were to happen, we could hit that 20K with that pattern, and that could help fill that gap. So just be mindful of that. Our RSI is trying to run up, stochastic's trying to run up, money flow is trying to run up, VWAP's trying to run up. We have a double green down momentum. So we are getting some hopeful signals. We have this really big candle. But like I said, usually when you get big candles, you start to get retracements. We're testing the value area low, so this will be important. If we reject from this area, then that'll show that this volume profile we may not come back into it. However, if we come back into it here, we could see that higher gap fill, and then maybe a retracement afterwards. So we'll have to keep our eyes on it. Over on the 4 hour, our getting a bullish divergence highlighting here, so that is good for us. Stochastic's running up, RSI is kind of flattening out, VWAP is overall heading up, money flow is trying to head out, and our momentum is coming up. So we have some hopeful signs with the stochastic and RSI, but with the money flow coming out, that is a little worrisome, especially since we have this reversal arrow after running up, so we could see a little bit of a drop, kind of like here. Over on the 2 hour, we do have a green dot, but we're going sideways from it, so not too good, because the last time we did that, we dropped. Our stochastic is falling, RSI is slightly falling, momentum starting to curl, VWAP is testing neutral, money flow is still pretty flat. We are about 12, so that is pretty decent as of lately, but we could see a rejection, as that's one of the highest points we've been lately too. Over on the 1 hour, so we are pretty close to this golden pocket. That's probably why we could fill that other gap, because if we get sucked back into this area, we could easily jump to that gap and then get a very turbulent move down. Stochastic's running down, momentum's curling over with a double red dot. Money flow is overall starting to head out, even though we did cross into the bullish territory and we have been holding. Our VWAP is in the bearish territory, but it is very weak, so just be mindful of that and watch if it starts to curl back up with the money flow. If it does, we could continue to kind of lug forward. Over on graph, we're pretty much at the peak of this pattern. So tomorrow or Saturday, we'd probably have to see some kind of move. Or tomorrow, Sunday, RSI is pretty flat, stochastic's pretty flat, VWAP is trying to get over that neutral, but it's not very strong. Money flow is heading out, momentum's pretty flat, so we're not looking very strong right now, and not much hints, don't know why you went there, not many hints at like a bullish move forward. If we look at the 4 hour, we did try to come out, and we are coming back into this pattern. Stochastic is running up, money flows in the red, just riding under that neutral. Momentum looks like we could start to curl here, and our VWAP looks the same. RSI is pointing down, so the 4 hour is looking a little weak here. Over on the 2 hour, stochastic skin, a bearish cross, RSI is kind of flat, momentum starting to roll over after getting in the bullish territory, setting up a bearish divergence. VWAP, is heading down, heading toward that neutral zone. Money flow is riding just above that neutral zone, so money flow is bullish, but it's not very strong. Over on the 1 hour, our money flow is starting to peak into the bearish territory, so watch if it holds. We have a bearish divergence on our momentum. Stochastic is falling, RSI is falling and getting lower highs. So overall, we're more bearish leaning, and our VWAP is peaking into the bearish territory. Over on Anchor, on the daily, we are trying to pump away from this triangle, so that we're going to delete it for now. That is good for us. So all the people worried about being a security probably have sold off at this point. RSI is trying to head up, stochastic's trying to head up, money flow is trying to curl up, momentum's trying to curl up, so we actually look better than some graph. We did pump quite a bit, almost 3 times as much, a little more than graph. Stochastic is running up on the 4 hour, RSI is pretty flat. Our VWAP is kind of flattening out, so watch out for it to roll over. Money flow hasn't really established a trend. We are slightly bullish, but just barely. Our momentum looks like we could start to roll out here as well, so I'd just be a little mindful if we start to drop. We're getting a little bit of a reversal arrow on the 2 hour too, so watch out for that. Stochastic's getting a bearish divergence that could confirm. VWAP's heading toward the neutral zone. Money flow is bullish. Our momentum wave wants to kind of round out here, so we have a little bit of mixed signals here on the 2 hour. Over on the 1 hour, our RSI is starting to slide, stochastic's starting to slide, momentum's getting a red dot and starting to curl. VWAP is testing neutral, and our money flow is close to testing neutral as well. So the 1 hour looks like we could start to give up some strength if we don't get a bullish push from here. Over on XRP, we're continuing to drop. But bearish divergence finally highlighting on this momentum. RSI is falling, stochastic's crashing, money flow is starting to come out, VWAP's trying to head up. Our momentum is in the bearish territory, but if that VWAP does come up, that momentum could curl. Over on the 4 hour, stochastic's trying to run up, RSI is starting to curl, money flow is starting to round out and getting close to that neutral. VWAP is breaking into the bullish territory, but it's not very strong right now and could curl. Our momentum is setting up a bullish divergence with a green dot, so that is good for us, but we could see some further downside. Over on the 2 hour, stochastic's starting to round off, RSI is kind of starting to round off, but it's trying to head up. Our money flow is trying to bounce off the neutral, VWAP is flattening out. Our momentum wants to head up with a bullish divergence, so we do have some hope for a push up here. It's going to be real important what the next few candles do. Over on the 1 hour, our money flow is zigzagging, so watch out if it breaks into the bearish territory and holds in the bearish territory. Stochastic's pretty overbought and about to get a bearish cross. RSI is starting to curl over. VWAP is getting lower and starting to get toward that neutral zone. So I'd exercise some caution if we see some curls in the next few candles. Over on Algo, we got quite a good pump up. Right to this Fibonacci level of 1175. Stochastic's trying to push, RSI is trying to push, our VWAP's pretty flat, money flow's trying to curl up, momentum's trying to come up, so we are looking pretty decent here. Algo is pretty beat down comparative to everything else. We do have a reversal arrow though, so this could be short-lived. Stochastic's trying to ramp up, RSI is trying to head up, VWAP's starting to kind of curl even though it's trying to push up. And our momentum is trying to push up, but it looks like it could start to curl as well. Over on the 2 hour, we have a green dot, and we are trying to push up, so we'll have to see if that maintains. Stochastic is trying to get a bearish cross, RSI is trying to ramp up. Our momentum is trying to push up, but it looks like it could start to curl. Money flow is pushing pretty strong, so that is good for this trend. Our VWAP is heading down, so our medium term is starting to lose some steam, so I just exercise some caution. Over on the 1 hour, stochastic's starting to run down, RSI is starting to run down, our momentum's starting to run down, our money flow is pretty flat, we're at about 20, so pretty high. Our VWAP is testing that neutral zone, so we're looking like on the 1 hour we could see a little bit of a reversal, so if you have some profits, this wouldn't be too bad of a position to take some profits. Not financial advice, but just an idea. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.